the typical items. It's pretty much the same as any other category for a little while.
Yep, it's pretty straightforward stuff. We're picking up Morph Ball.
Note that you go left to pick up Morph Ball,
Yep.
rather than going right in most games. An interesting design choice.
Oops. Alright, the start is good.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so first hint statue right now. This is, I think, the only hint statue we're going to be seeing in this route that I take. Annoyingly, Brinstar is one of the hardest areas in the game. The platforming is very precise, and it's a very common reset point for a lot of players.
Yeah, especially this fight coming up. It is one of the most notorious things in this game.
Yep. So basically, we've got our first missile tank now.
And John is going to try to hit a double missile, trying to hit 2 missiles on the worm on the same frame.
Didn't get it the first time. Try it again. Oh, didn't get. Oh, I got spikes.
Yeah.
That's a bit
well,
of a...
the advantage to getting spikes is that you can go into the next room with full ammo.
Okay, well, that happened. All right, cool.
Well, guys,
Okay.
I think this is first.
This wasn't quite what I meant by we're seeing things we don't normally see, but that's all right.
This is a world first for a marathon. Never seen the worm run away before.
Yep. That's okay. Look, it's just such a cool fight. I really, really wanted to show off the double. I also really wanted to show off being short a missile in Hive Room.
Yeah, so to make this strat work properly, you need to have 6 missiles, because it takes 3 missiles and 2 beams to kill these guys, right? And he's maneuvering in such a way so that we don't worry about the bugs. Like, he gets them out of the way before shooting missiles and stuff.
All
The
right,
other
that's
way's pretty
fine.
dumb. Yeah, you just have to fight this boss again. Just don't die.
I went to the left, muscle memory. That's better. Okay.
It's actually pretty cool that you're going to be doing the boss like that, because you can do the really
now I get
cool
to show off a shine
spark.
spark
Yeah.
that you don't normally see. That was a really lucky drop.
You know, you're probably gonna have to heal at this point.
Yeah, I think that's in the cards. That's okay. I could also opt to switch to early Brinstar.
Yeah, so here...
I'm not going to, but...
Yeah, no, you don't do that. So the route divergence here is coming up here. John does late Brinstar because he wants to do Brinstar late. That's the main reason.
Yeah, pretty much. But you can either go down, back the way I came through, or you can go up towards Faria suit area and clean that all up early. Both have their advantages.
Yeah, early Brinstar is a decent bit harder. But if you do upper Brinstar late, it's a lot easier. There's not as much bomb jumping or difficult platforming things to do. It's really easy.
Yep.
There is a small disadvantage, but because of route changes, they've mostly been mitigated. So.
Yep. So I'm going to be doing a different north route that nullifies a lot of the advantages that early Brinstar used to have, but it has its own set of drawbacks. didn't quite get that strat. That's a little unfortunate, but it's okay. It's not a huge deal.
So John is getting some really good missile luck, and he kind of needs it if he wants to skip the heal here.
Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks of late Brinstar. You don't actually have enough missile tanks to do everything you need to do, so you have to kind of rely on drops from enemies. Oh, there's the one I needed.
Yeah, you're down to nothing, so your luck was just insane to be able to get that here.
Almost got the perfect fall through there. That's okay. Okay.
Yeah, so because we're going here out of sequence, we won't have power grip or high jump or anything for Kraid, so kind of have to rely on bomb jumps a lot of the time.
Yep. Kraid is a somewhat tricky area because there are a lot of tricky bomb jumps. This ammo in the beginning is not ideal.
We used to think that doing the horizontal bomb jump was a bit faster back in the day before people started doing double bomb, jump bomb jumps. And you'll see one coming up really shortly.
What am I doing? Oh, wait, hold up. I'm seeing message from Feasel. We got to start up. Start over.
Oh. I wonder what happened.
It's audio problems.
don't get in the live stream. We're gonna use Metroid Marathon's Discord.
Okay.
So get in the staging channel.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry about this, Ross.
No, you're good, man.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna put you in the live stream channel. All right.
Okay. But audio balance is good?
We'll worry about that. It's easier to fix audio levels than desync.
Okay. All right. Hi, I think we're live again. Okay, first time, never before seen in a marathon. Especially this marathon. Metroid Zero mission 100%. Are you ready, Sam?
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, 3,
This is the redemption
2,
race.
1, go. What do you mean redemption? I haven't done this before.
Oh, you've never done this. You've never missed killing the worm, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the first time I've attempted this run in the Metroid Marathon in the year 2018.
You're not a very good liar, you know that.
Sam, you're supposed to go along with this. Okay, so Brinstar. Okay.
So like John was saying earlier. Yeah, so like John was saying earlier, the platforming in Brinstar is pretty difficult. It's more difficult than anywhere else in the game. It's also a little more punishing, so...
Yeah, it's very easy to lose a lot of time really quickly in Brinstar.
As John is showing us now, right?
Yep. I just wanted to reinforce the commentary. A lot of these jumps are very precise. Okay. Game on. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so as we were talking about before, getting the double is a little tricky. It's frame perfect, basically. Scotty has a good quote on that, but I forget it.
It's frame perfect, but you have a 4-frame window.
Yeah, you have 4 different frames to get it, but it is frame perfect for each of those 4. You should get Charge Beam early, by the way, so we can showcase the Shine Spark.
That's the plan.
Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's faster to get Charge Beam early if you have to wait for drops like John did.
Okay.
John missed the double. It's pretty difficult, so you can't really fault him too much for that.
It's not... Definitely not uncommon to see people miss the double.
Yeah, usually people go through phases where they can get the double every time, or they spend days without being able to get it all. It's really frustrating.
Yep. Okay, so now we're coming up to Hive Room again. Hive Room is notorious, but a certain individual came up with a pretty good strat to get through it without too many issues.
Yeah, that certain individual was a remarkable person. We're all glad for him creating this strategy. We basically just lure the enemies and then have a free path to the end without running into any of them.
Yep.
There are some patterns where you do get hit and it really sucks, but it's much better than it used to be.
Yep. It's a much... That room was the reason I picked up Long Beam early for the first many years of my Zero Mission speedrunning career.
Yeah, picking up Long Beam is still not a terrible strategy. If you're new to the game, go ahead and pick it up. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's less than a minute. It's not a big deal at all.
Well, it's like 20-something seconds. So
yeah, and I mean, when you're first starting out, absolutely. Alright, bombs. Bombs are a really important upgrade for this route. So basically, we're going to be going through Brinstar, going directly to Kraid, and when you Kraid kind of assumes you have power grip.
They made bomb jumping really easy in this game, so that you can do a bunch of sequence breaking. It's really cool.
Almost perfect bugs. That's still really good, though. I will definitely take that. This will drop just what I was looking for there. So instead of going up to do early Brinstar, I'm going to be going right back the way I came. I'll be doing late Brinstar. And the big reason for that is I really hate Brinstar. I just want to get out of it as fast as possible. Plus this also lets me show off a different route in Norfair that kind of synchronizes much better with late Brinstar than it does with early Brinstar.
And we'll talk about more of that later, but it's going to be pretty cool since it's not seen in the marathon before.
Yep.
So John is basically looking for as many drops as possible. That's why he's going through the rooms a little weirdly. He wants to have as many missiles as possible so that he has enough for the side hoppers later on.
Yep. Right now I have the bare minimum number of missiles I can have and make it work. I still have some opportunities to farm, so it's not the end of the world. Oops. Went for a little morph there to save a few frames. But
you don't really save too many frames if you do a jump. You have to do it without the jump at all, I think, to really save time.
Alright, and now we're down in Kraid. So now we're just kind of moving through Kraid. I'm kind of hoping for a couple more missile drops here. It's not necessary, but I do want them. And I got one. Okay, that's still good.
Yeah, having anything above 31 here is great.
That was not the right menu to bring up. Doing a little JBJ there to get me up there.
JBJ stands for jump bomb jumps for you guys who aren't informed. You do a jump to start your bomb, and it's a little faster than starting the bomb from the ground.
Yep. It's something that we use an awful lot throughout this run.
Yeah, it saves a second every time you do it, so... John trying to do a jump to get the shot off more quickly, but didn't get it.
Rushed it a little bit.
It's hard to make that one faster because you're kind of mashing upwards anyway to get the shot off.
This boss is the big reason I want so many missiles. He takes 30 missiles to kill. Just counted a bit there. And I'm also looking for drops from this boss as well, because I need 20 missiles for another one coming up. So I have 8 right now, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah, your drops are pretty good. It's ideal to have at least like 11 or 12 after the fight, but 8 is decent enough. With 12 missiles, you can just kind of skip farming and just run over enemies. But
yep. So now we have the zip lines activated. We can use those in a few spots to kind of get through Raid in a much easier way than you would have to otherwise. Way back in the day, it used to be that you would skip this whole area and save it for cleanup, but ever since the switch to real time, that's largely fallen out of favor. Well, you can farm those bugs, but they're really slow, so I'm going to skip doing that. Just hope I get a drop from the giant side hoppers coming up.
if you're at 18, it's slower to farm it anyway, even if you get a drop. Those are just... Whenever you have to farm them, it's just miserable in a run.
Mm-hmm. Taking a little damage boost through that Ripper there. Ah, perfect. Wow, that's a lot of missile drops.
Yeah, 5 out of 6. That's pretty good luck. Don't even really need it. You kind of want to have 7 missiles here. Having more really doesn't make any difference.
Yeah, it doesn't make a huge difference having extra missiles here. As long as I have 6 for this room, I can dispatch these regular side hoppers nice and quick. So this is the fondly named most boring room in the game, but I'm going to be doing a little strat here that kind of makes it more interesting. I think this should be a good pattern. No, not quite. Oops.
Nah, it was close though.
Alright.
Yeah, we used to call this the most boring room in the game because we had to go through all the 4 zip lines and nothing really happened in the room. It was really boring until we started implementing a JBJ in that room to skip the last.
Alright, I'm gonna be going for refill glitch here, but that refill glitch is really hard. I'm not surprised I missed it.
Yeah, you only have like one or 2 frames to where you can get in the ball with that setup. It's really specific.
Snuck a missile between the blocks there.
Oh, another frame perfect thing. One that you don't really want.
Yeah. I was trying to shoot out the missile block with that, not the unknown item block.
That was a perfect room there. That was nice.
Yep.
So coming up is the crate fight, and you runners usually try to get in 2 rounds, but John's not very good at shooting 2 missiles during a jump.
Thanks, Sam.
So it's going to be a little slower, probably. But we can always hope it's a little faster than usual. Alright, so you guys can post wood tier in chat. That was not this fight.
Sam, wood tier is not an emote here.
Oh, it's not. Well, if somebody subscribed to you, then they should post it. It's a great email.
But the important thing is that my missile count is really high right now.
Yeah, not taking damage is really important for the route we're taking.
Yep.
Are you skipping the heal?
I'm gonna try to, but because this is a marathon.
Yeah, unless if you're not above like 180, just heal.
I started that spark really early. That could have been bad if I didn't break all of the speed blocks, but fortunately I did. Alright. So you can technically get this late and it is faster, but for the route I'm doing, it makes a lot more sense to get it early.
It's technically not faster, but to make it not faster, you need to get a sub-pixel perfect shot. So.
Yeah, it's very difficult to make that faster, so pretty much everyone just grabs it early.
And for the route we take, we have to grab it early anyway if we want to skip a heal.
Yeah, the whole reason that I'm going to be doing the route that I'm doing is so I can avoid healing at all in Norfair. Ordinarily, I'd be a little more aggressive with it, but I'm going to be implementing a bit of marathon safety here, because I really, obviously I don't really want dying. Okay, so I'm going to be going for another pretty neat JBJ here to pick up this ceiling E-tank. Skip 1 bomb jump. I misaligned it. Misaligned it again!
Your bomb jumps were really low.
There we go. Well, I was going to go for the extra bomb jump anyway, I just was too far to the left. And I'm going to be picking that up later. So that actually saves a small bit of time to get later.
Yeah, it's one of the nice advantages of late Brinstar.
I was going to go for a spark across here, but I pressed down a little too early.
It's a little easier if you align yourself during the first room, but it's fine.
Picked up a couple extra missiles there. That's always nice. I can't do Ice Cream Spark. I don't go that way. Ice Cream Spark is a way of sparking across a room, and it's really difficult, but I'm not going to be going that way, unfortunately, so I won't be able to show it off. So, because I have such a good number of missiles, I'm gonna just not farm in this room. Just something you could be doing. It's not necessary for me. It's more of an any percent strat.
Yeah, it's more any percent. Are you gonna be going for the JBJ?
I'm gonna be going for both JBJs.
Oh, okay, wow. Well,
I have zero expectation that I get this one. I didn't think so. That JBJ's really, really hard.
Yeah, that JBJ is really difficult and only saves like a frame or something like that.
Yeah, it's really, really stupid, but I figured I may as well try it. It was funny, like the first time I learned about it, I did it like the second or third time I even attempted it, and then I could never do it again.
Yeah. You have to be like on the peak of your height for the jump, and then, yeah, it's hard.
And easy every day of the week. Every single time.
Sick. Yeah, John is actually really inconsistent with
I'm not very good at that. I'm really, really happy that I got it right there. That's not something I ordinarily go for in runs.
Yeah, you have to be fast. There isn't a lot of time to do that because your Shine Spark ends really quickly.
The setup that I'm using here, shoutouts to Scotty for that, gives me 4 frames. Hold on. It gives me 4 frames to get that straight jump up.
It's a shame you haven't acquired the skill of being able to bomb jump while talking. Some people can do that.
Yeah, I cannot do it at all.
Oh, you got a perfect pattern there too. Nice. We probably didn't mention it, but most enemies like either move clockwise or counterclockwise in a room. They spawn at the same spot every time, but where they move is 50-50 usually.
Yep, one of the few sources of... Oh, got that too early.
It's not really a big deal though, because we can deal with enemy patterns pretty easily. But in situations like that, it is RNG if you have a good power or not. But in general, this game has not a lot of RNG overall. There's what, like 30 seconds of RNG and 100%, maybe?
If that, I don't even think it's that much.
It's probably 30 seconds.
I'm gonna be doing the jump through the door here just to consistently get that enemy out of the way.
Yeah, it's really difficult without that. You have to time your shot. It's almost frame perfect, I think.
Yeah, it's very difficult to make that consistent. Making use of the ridiculous bomb explosion radius here.
You can do it without that, but it's excessively difficult, so people don't go for that.
Yep. Gonna be using a charge beam there. Makes it a little easier to get that Shine Spark off because you really, really don't want to miss that missile tank.
We call this route that John is doing New Fair or Sam Fair, by the way. And if you have a better name for the route, oh nice, you got the 2 frame. If you have a better name for the route, let us know because
because neither of those names are good.
They're really not.
I didn't get the 1 tile morph.
So because we don't pick up Varia suit, we're going to be taking damage through this heated room, and the reason we don't get Varia suit is because the game gives it to us for free later on.
Okay. I got through there pretty clean. I still have a lot of health. Oh, and lots of health drops there. I'm in very good shape.
Yeah, your super missile count is low. That's the only real concern here.
Yeah, the best pattern. I think I'm just gonna play it safe.
Yeah, 213 health is kind of a lot, and you can go through with 213, but it is a marathon, so...
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play it safe here.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that decision.
So, plus it gives me the opportunity to show off a refill glitch, because that's the only other time I'll be refilling in this run.
No, it won't be. Suitless.
Okay, you know what I mean, refilling at a statue.
Gotta make sure, man.
I forgot to even attempt Money Spark. Shame on me. Money Spark lets you spark across this room.
And we call it Money Spark because of Kirby Master. He was going to donate $100 to if somebody could get it, and no one did, unfortunately.
Yeah, Samfair was definitely not a serious name for this route. Like, it was intended to sound really terrible.
And funny.
So now, it's actually a small variation you can do here. You can go through a different set of Norfair rooms early, but I'm going to be doing this set because it's faster. It syncs much better with the route, and it is overall faster.
Normal mode routing is really complicated, though there are a lot of different routes that work and end up kind of even time-wise.
Yep, that's definitely one of the coolest things about this game. This is not a spark you normally see because it's slower, and you're not going to be seeing it here because I'm bad at jumping, but basically you just spark right out of this save room and go straight through here without having to start up another spark here.
So coming up is going to be another 2 frames shine break storage, and
yep, this was
this one defines the route. If you can get it, it's really sick.
We're not done yet. Not done yet. Okay, cool. Got it. You have to get that 2 frame shine break to really make this route worth doing, especially if you're healing.
Yeah, you really don't save very much time, if any at all. It's mostly, especially because of the setup John uses, it's mostly in the heal, so you really need to get that.
Yeah, I mean, the setup is making it consistent. For me, anyway. Interesting. But now, we can go through this whole upper Norfair area with ice, or get ice, with wave, screw attack, high jump.
So we can fall through Norfair in a really special way, and it's probably one of my favorite falls in the game, yeah, if not my favorite.
The fall with this route is really sick. Basically, almost forgot about this room. I was getting so excited for the fall. Okay, hold on.
You used a missile there, that's odd.
Well, yeah. It worked out okay. Alright. So now I can just fall straight down. Another big time save of this route is picking up this missile tank right now.
Yeah, that is the main time save. Because we get that missile tank early and don't have to pick it up late, we save like it's like a second total. And it's all because of that missile.
Yep, this route isn't a gigantic time save, so you don't actually see a lot of people doing it, but it's really cool, and it does actually save time. Oops. So, this fight is rather trivial with high jump. You can basically just wall jump up at get the shots off like that. Screw attack and high jump makes it fairly straightforward.
You can make it a little faster if you skip freezing the enemy and shoot 2 shots without wall jumping at a time. Scotty does that, but it's pretty difficult, so you don't see John doing it.
That's more laziness on my part than anything else. Okay, now we're in... Oh no, we're not in Ridley anymore. But we're going to be going back into Ridley because we have to go down the elevator to spawn this mini-boss.
And we can fight him early or late, but it's much more convenient. It's much more convenient to fight him early.
Yep, early's also significantly faster. Wow, that was tight.
Even if it wasn't faster, you have a much better ammo situation for later. If
Absolutely.
Ammo in Ridley for the just for the Ridley fight.
Press down hard enough. That's a shame.
Oh, you didn't get
Imago Spark.
Yeah, John is one of the more inconsistent Imago Sparkers.
Gee, thanks, Sam.
I mean, it's true. Those owls give like a 70% chance of getting super missiles. 75, I think.
Okay, so this room is one of the major reasons we pick up Ice Beam early.
It's the main reason. Otherwise, getting Ice Beam early would be slower, but we do this glitch and...
having a rough time setting it up, but that's okay.
Yeah, so basically you freeze 2 enemies in one spot, and you bomb them, and then that confuses the game. It's like, where am I supposed to put you, Samus? And it puts you on the y-axis of where they spawn, so you just warp right down.
Ridley is one of the harder areas in this category. These puzzle rooms that you have to go through are just very, very easy to lose a ton of time to.
Yeah, there are a lot of Shine Spark tricks, and especially, most of them are not that difficult, but there's one coming up that is strangely difficult for a game like this, honestly.
Yeah, it's very strange, but...
Yeah, it's a 4-frame trick, and they force you to do it, pretty much.
Yep. It's not even something that we do just because it's faster. It's like, we have to do it.
Yeah, there's no other way to do it. You could come in here without high jump, I guess, but...
Yeah.
Once you get high jump, it's a 4-frame trick.
The reason... And I'm doing a diagonal there, so I don't have to walk all the way back to that wall to charge up this speed boost.
Yeah, you save about a second for each diagonal that we do.
Yep. So the thing about these puzzle rooms is if you mess them up, you have to leave and re-enter the room. There's not much of a backup strat.
In this room, you can do frame-perfect crumble jumps as a backup.
Alright, so now this is the infamous speed jump room. Ah, early.
Yeah,
it's a hard jump. Like Sam said, it's 3 or 4 frames depending on subpixels. Second try, that's fine.
Yeah, it's something I will never not complain about. It is really stupid.
It's a very strange piece of design. Like, everything else in this game is reasonable to get casually, but that time they're just like, oh, you're running and jumping within 4 frames or you're not getting the item. It's very hard by intended strat settings, standards. Still looking for a super drop.
So John does these you'll see John sometimes morphing and unmorphing and then remorphing in a tunnel so that he doesn't bonk. This is more of a stylistic choice. It doesn't actually save time in real time. Yeah, I think he actually loses time in a lot of these, but it is a stylistic choice.
Gee, thanks, Sam. Oops. You want that? So I really want full super missiles here, so I don't have to refill before Ridley. More super missiles speeds up the Ridley fight, honestly. Perfect. Room. Okay. Bit of a brain fart on that jump there. That's okay. So, alright, so now we're coming up on the gravity suit. Not actually going to be getting the gravity suit, it's another one of the unknown items. So the unknown items will come into play later, but we need to pick that one up right now to trigger Ridley.
Yeah, Ridley takes 10 supers to kill, or 9 supers and 5 missiles.
That was a pretty typical Ridley fight. I'm looking for super drops there. I got 2, which is about normal. It's uncommon to see more. I want full supers coming out of Ridley because I'm heading towards Torian.
So one of the things in the zero mission community is it's heavily debated whether you should skip the heal or not. Mathematically, if you're doing early Brinstar, if you're at 4, you should grab the missiles, and if you're doing Brinstar late, then you should just skip the farm with 4.
I think they patched up that jump. Alright, so this is another strat that you're never going to see in an actual run because it's really stupid hard. Oh, okay.
Nice.
It's a lot harder than it looks. Trust me, that wall jump is really hard.
Yeah, normally we freeze the pipe bug to make that jump more easy. Sorry, I get distracted by that, the way you did that.
Yeah, that wall, because of the way wall jumps work in this game, they kind of stick you to the wall, and the hitbox, you need almost all of Samus's sprite to line up with the wall. That jump is very tight.
Yeah, it's not like Super Metroid where any part of your body touching the wall lets you wall jump.
Yep.
Makes sense though, right? To get a wall jump, even though wall jumps don't really make sense.
In the first place, like, it would make sense if you would use your legs for them.
Yeah.
And not like, on top of my head's here, okay, we're good, I can work with that.
Yeah.
Or like the approach we saw in AM2R, where, oh, my legs are on the wall, no, I can't jump with this, sorry, I need my arms. Okay, so now I'm going to be going back through Brinstar again. I'm going to be getting all the stuff around the top that I missed, or saved for later, rather. And because I have, you know, high jump, screw attack, wave beam, so many of these things are trivialized.
So just real quick, if you hold the jump button while you're falling with spring ball, you get an automatic jump. So.
But not on crumble blocks.
Not
crumble blocks. It's not like SM where you can buffer spring balls on crumble blocks.
You should go for the new Shine Spark on the way back, by the way.
Oh yeah, good call. I should go for that. So rather than bomb jumping up through all this, I can just jump, because I can reach it with high jump. And right here, it's very important to do bomb jumps here. It manipulates the bugs to getting on the vines quicker.
It doesn't actually do anything. He's lying to you.
Dude, are you going to argue with these results?
I am going to argue with these quote-unquote results. It's not an actual scientific test since you've never done anything else.
Dude, all I know is that like every run for the every world record run for the past couple months has featured bombing the bugs, or bombing the door rather.
It doesn't actually matter.
No, it really doesn't, but everyone's got their own superstition about it.
I will totally cut that one, thanks, John.
I mean, you still can't argue with the fact that bombing on that door is a world record strat.
Getting
oh, whoops! I forgot
charge
to go for
beam
the
early
spark.
is also a world record strat. So.
Yep.
And getting the map,
Getting the map is also a world record strat.
which we'll see and discuss a little later.
That adds to the GDQ interview.
Yeah. And we finally get long game here.
Yep. The first item that the game told us to get, we're now getting 35 minutes in.
Yeah, charging does save a little bit of time early on. There are a few spots where it's useful, but it's really not enough.
Ooh, a super drop. It's uncommon. So I want supers for Torian. Torian's not the most interesting part of 100%. Basically, want super drops. More supers means you can kill Metroids more fast.
Nice way of phrasing it.
Right? Or bomb. So now we have just a bit of a cutscene here. Torian's not, like I said, Torian is basically all RNG in this category. I have more than enough ammo to go through it without stopping. But
yeah, Torian is probably the biggest luck factor in 100% or in any category of the game. It's like 20 seconds and 15 and 20 seconds of RNG in this category. Drops matter, and Metroids also spawn pretty randomly, so you can get some really slow spawns.
You can see this guy taking his time. Like, you can kind of see the sprite in the background. The spawns are also really slow. I'm looking for supers. So far I haven't gotten any.
If there's any one spot where I think the design choice was bad, I think it's here in Torian. I really disagree with having so much RNG in a game, but that's maybe just me.
I've gotten very bad drops so far, only a single super. So the reason I'm saving 4 supers is for Mother Brain. You have 4 supers, you can kill Mother Brain very quickly. But I will freely use any supers above 4.
If you have even more than 4 supers, it's also even faster, but that doesn't happen very often.
Right. Platforming difficulties there, but
you know, you could have grabbed the super knowing that you had fallen.
yeah.
The turrets here are also pretty random, and they're also frustrating. There is no part of Torian that's actually interesting in a speedrunning sense. Nice thing.
Okay, having a bit of a problem with the controller here. That's okay, I still have enough ammo for this.
Oh my god, wow. The super from the Red Rig. That's
hilarious. What a Mother Brain fight.
So super missiles from a Red Rank are like it's like 1 in 90 something, 1 in 96 or something like that.
Ooh,
it's pretty rare.
Yeah, so we didn't talk about the speed boost you can do there. Basically, if you run against Mother Brain, it's not like an invisible wall. It's the game just continually resetting your position to be in front of Mother Brain, so it doesn't actually think that you've stopped running. So you can get that shine spark right there. Okay, so we're done with Torian. Game's over, right?
Kappa.
Now we have this nice long cutscene.
Yeah, this is the big spot where you can take a break in the run.
Yep.
And kind of reflect on your run and stuff. It's a nice change.
Yep. And then
nice
get all nervous if you're on good pace.
Yeah.
But if you're on good, if you're on, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you're on good pace, you can psych yourself out and get the map right. So.
Yep. And if you're on bad pace, then you're on bad pace. You can just say, whatever, I'm coming up to Suitless.
Yeah, Suitless is one of the easiest parts of the game. Really, there's not a whole lot going on. Yeah. It's actually
I like Suitless. It's a very chill spot. The platform, it's just all platforming, and I like the game's platforming, so it winds up being a really fun fun part of the game for me.
Yeah, casual players kind of complain about this, I think, but it's really nice because it's easy, and as John said, the platforming's fun.
And there's a lot of cool little shortcuts and tricks you can do to shave little bits of time.
Scotty's phoning John so that he doesn't mess up.
Scotty telling me to skip the map.
Yeah. Oh my god. So,
okay.
Scotty cursed John.
So the map hitbox is actually really deceptive. It extends very far in front of the map, but not behind it in the slightest.
Yeah. You lose a lot of time by gain of, I think it's like 13 seconds or something like that. It's pretty...
Yeah, it's definitely not something you want to see. But it's okay. It gave us all a good laugh.
Yeah, it was totally worth it.
Yep.
Scotty's marathon success for map skip is higher than John's.
Is it though? I thought we were even.
Did he?
I mean,
has he done any marathon races besides?
Oh no, wait, he actually did skip it at GDQ. I forgot.
Yeah, he did. So Scotty's success is 100%.
So, oh, I thought that was too. Okay, that's one of the intended shortcuts that we take through this area. There's going to be a couple more of those.
If you do the next room quickly enough and you move at the right time, you can go under a spotlight.
Just like that.
Nice. Yeah, we call that fast search lights or border patrol.
So that strat is pretty tight. You have to get up there fast enough, and you have to also crouch fairly close to the edge.
Yeah, fun fact, that trick is harder than map skip.
I got detected there, but it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, you have to jump high enough and have a good wall jump to avoid being detected there.
Yep. So you can shoot that pirate without triggering the alarm for no reason. Doesn't make any sense that you could do that, but you can do it, so we always do it. Even has a nickname, courtesy of Jagger. It's Roger.
I don't shoot the pirate because I'm cool.
It's a weird way of saying because you're lame. Alright.
Cool people are unique, though.
Is that what your mommy told you?
No, that's what I tell myself, man. So coming up is a strategy to
Yeah. Wonderfully
yeah,
named Sam Strat.
Fun fact, it's not actually named after me. Kirby Master is a huge tool named after himself. His first name is Sam, so...
Is 100% not correct.
No, that is absolutely true, man.
No, it is not. Sam Strat is definitely named after Sam, and I go through all of those very specific motions to avoid ducking into the save room that's off to my left there.
Yeah, it saves a second, and it's Kirby's Master's name is totally Sam. It's his fault.
It's not a huge deal in normal mode, but it's actually super important in hard mode because that save room isn't there.
Yeah, and it's... If you do your movement properly in that room, you always get it. It's cool. This room's...
That room's a little
tricky
scary.
If you don't have... Yeah, if you've healed, it's not a big deal, but if you mess that room up, you get hit.
Yep. Normally, in a normal PB attempt, you would not have full E-tanks like I do here. It's just if you do that, all the pirates deal 100 damage, so if you get hit by a pirate, you're dead. But with all these E-tanks, it's very unlikely to die.
Yeah, it's pretty much impossible to die with this much energy. If you're a speedrunner, there's only like 1 or 2 spots where you could realistically get hit.
Yeah, so because pirates aren't random, so you can, if you move through the rooms in the same consistency. Let me rephrase that. If you move through the rooms in the same way, the pirates will always behave the same way. So in a normal suitless, you just would never get hit.
Oh my god.
So now I'm fighting. Okay, I was gonna give him a bit of an introduction, but you just came out there with the Charlie. So this is the Chozo Ghost, otherwise known as Charlie.
Yeah, we call him Charlie because Charlie's a dog and all dogs go to heaven, and he becomes a ghost.
Where are you getting this?
That's why Jagger named him Charlie.
Okay, so the reason I'm shooting myself here is because it makes the sigil appear a little faster on average. Not always, but it saves time on average. And if I have this many E-tanks, so why not?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. The first glyph pattern is always, like, on average a little slower than if you just shoot it. I don't know why they programmed it like that.
Oh, that was a really terrible attempt at Charlie glitch. If you turn around on the right frame, you can move freely through this cutscene and get a bit of a glitchy sprite on screen. So it doesn't actually save or lose any time. It just looks a bit funny. Alright, so now we get all the unknown items and become completely overpowered. There's like nothing that can even come close to killing us right now.
Yeah, unless you're on hard mode. Hard mode on 100% is a lot more scary because you take a lot more damage, and you basically take 4 times as much damage effectively on hard mode.
Yep. So we're getting right into the start of the post-suitless sequence here. We have a fairly long and involved Shine Spark chain. Pick up this missile tank during it, and then we're going to recharge the spark one more time, and then go grab an E-tank with it, and no problems there, fortunately.
Yeah, missing this, you lose like 20 seconds, and it's always kind of miserable when that happens. The Shine Spark's not particularly difficult, but it is scary because of the time loss associated with it.
It's a high stress one, just because if you mess it up, you have to go all the way back to the start, and it costs a lot of time. So now we're just kind of moving through. We're going to pick up a couple couple items here and there. But we basically have to go all the way out to almost the very end of the game to get power bombs.
It's a shame we couldn't get power bombs here because we have to go back here later on to collect the power bombs that we couldn't pick up.
Yep. So kind of the holy grail of Zero Mission undiscovered glitches is a way to get early power bombs because it would avoid so much backtracking.
It would completely break the game.
And if you do find early power bombs, don't tell anyone, submit it to a marathon and show it off there.
And make people
bonus
really mad at you.
Bonus points if it's a race.
Make me really mad at you.
So I'm trying to go through here without getting hit. Like I said before, pirates are consistent, so if I do everything right, I won't get hit. But there's there's one little bit of RNG.
Yeah, the bombos, or whatever they're called, atomics, I guess, in this game, can hit you, and it's random.
Yep. But the reason I don't want to take damage is because I have to heal one more time to pick up a few additional power bombs. Because you're actually really, really short on power bombs. They went from giving you 74 infusion to giving you 18 in Zero Mission, and that's pretty much what defines the cleanup route in this game, is the number of power bombs we have.
Yeah, I like the fact that we don't have a lot of power bombs. It makes it more interesting.
Yeah.
Rather than just having a lot and not having to think about anything.
Mm-hmm.
So coming up, John is going to try a trick he's never done before, I think.
Yep. Oh yeah, you have to tell me how to do that.
Okay, so after you don't morph to get the power bomb, you just get the power bomb. You go right up to the door. Wait till the part is about 3/4 of the way through the room. Then start charging your beam. Then turn around and pause the game when his beam hits you, and then unpause, crouch, go right. I hope that's a good enough explanation.
Okay, I don't think it is, but let's do it.
So,
we'll make it happen.
Yeah, so 3/4 of the way through the room, press B, turn around, and hold charge beam. And pause when you get hit.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. Oh, no.
Nope, not even close. Okay.
Not even close.
Old strat?
Yeah.
The old strat of the normal route.
Yeah. Yeah, you charge your beam a little too late there.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we're not going to see
we're not going to see the cool door clip route, but that's alright. It's not actually faster. It's just something cool.
Yeah.
So my power bomb use from here on out is very, very calculated.
Yeah, if you use a power bomb here, an extra power bomb here, you use a lot of time because you can't use a power bomb on the door.
Yep. So since we're out of power bombs now, nothing in this area drops anything. Enemies that even drop power bombs are pretty rare, and it's very uncommon to see power bomb drops at all. Kind of messed that room up a little bit. Not a huge deal, though. So this is a mandatory refill. We need more power bombs. Because we're going to be going back to the rest of the game now to finish cleanup. And we need a bunch of power bombs to get there and pick up some additional items.
John is going to go for a trick you only have one try for coming up. you have to get the shine spark on the glass, and it breaks, so you only have one shot at it.
And we're good.
Nice.
Okay, that trick is always, it's not hard, it's just always a little nerve-wracking because like Sam said, you only have one chance to get it.
You have to do a completely different route if you miss it, which is really unfortunate.
Yep. So in this room, I'm going to be killing the enemies looking for that power bomb drop I just got.
Nice. Yeah. We like to call that winning the lottery.
Dude! Dude!
Holy
The
shit.
double lottery! The double lottery!
So single lottery is like 25%. So
Yeah, I don't know what the odds on double lottery are, but they're not very good.
no, it's probably like
12 and a half.
16 or something. Maybe.
12 and a half, I guess, would be my guess, but...
I would guess like something like a little less than 1 in 16.
But basically, getting an extra power bomb drop lets me skip doing a really long and convoluted shine spark chain through all this. So I can just do that space boost. It saves like 3 to 5 seconds, depending.
2.5 to 4 seconds, depending on how you do your spark. Sam knows.
It also lets me blow up those blocks so I can just run straight through here, and it's not a big deal at all.
Yeah, it removes a lot of stress from the run during a PB.
This is a really stressful trick to go for. Dude, break spin, thank you.
Pressing up to break spin is really weird.
It's less weird than pressing down to break spin.
Pressing down is pretty normal. Everybody does it.
What? Oh. Oh, yeah. Fell straight down.
Yeah, it's always pretty sexy. Landing on platforms when falling is pretty slow since you lose your speed, your falling speed when that happens.
Yep. Okay. We're in Rectory, and I always thought it was kind of cool that the game lets you go back here. Looks pretty neat. Fun fact, that acid only ever appears right there.
So when doing this these speed space boost things, you don't want to be holding forward during that, otherwise you can randomly grab ledges.
Yep. That's true during most space boosts. A common beginner mistake is holding forward during a space boost. Sometimes you get misaligned and you grab ledges that you really shouldn't be.
Yeah, it's one of the weird programming designs of the game.
Yeah.
It happens in other spots without space jump too, but it's much more common when you're space boosting.
Yep. So now we're going to be starting the cleanup of all these areas that we've already been through. Brinstar is cleaned up at this point. It's just a couple of places that we need to hit up, and a couple of items we need to hit up in Crade, a bunch in Norfair, a couple in Criteria, and then we'll be done.
Hi.
How are you doing, Sam?
About as good as this run.
So, I'm glad to hear you're doing so well.
Yeah, this run's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, we're mostly saving items for now that we couldn't get before.
Controller's too small for Standing Spark.
Oh, Standing Spark is really hard.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you went for it.
I mean, why not? At least try it. I tried the stupid bomb jump in Criteria. That's significantly stupider than Standing Spark.
I cannot get Standing Spark whatsoever. I think it's harder.
You think Standing Spark is harder than that JBJ?
I couldn't get it anyway. I tried for like 4 minutes one time and I couldn't get Standing Spark.
I can't do Standing Spark either, but I also can't do that JBJ, so... It's okay.
That's the guy who got it on his 3rd try.
Once.
You know, the fall coming up here is probably one of the most difficult falls to do properly in the game.
Yeah, this room is notoriously awkward to move through.
As John demonstrated.
Yeah, the enemy placements, the blocks, it's so awkward to get through that room.
You also have a one tile gap to get through that. I don't think I've seen anybody go through that room perfectly ever.
It's really, really difficult. All right. This is the fancy strat that saves, like, a frame. Okay, cool.
Yeah, doing space jumps here instead of doing a shine spark saves the bonk animation at the end basically, and you can be in your space jump for longer. It saves about a second on the way there.
It's a small time save, but it looks cool, so you have to go for it. The reason it's difficult is because there's a speed block in the floor in the room before the green door, so you have to start your space boost way earlier.
And you have to get to the top in the next room.
That was interesting. I actually don't even know what happened there.
You bonked the ceiling, I think. Oh, wow.
Another power bomb drop. This drop luck is ridiculous.
Yeah. So John is going to be able to do...
I'm going to be able to do a few extra frame savers that you don't always get to see.
You really only save frames. There's no big time saver besides lottery.
The lottery is easily the biggest difference. You want an extra power bombs. All the rest are less than half a second, I think.
In a hard mode, if you got double lottery, you could theoretically save like 15 seconds or something like that. Something ridiculous like that.
Yeah, hard mode 100% is routed way differently. Too early. So, rather than going off to the right after picking up high jump to get the missile tank, I can skip doing that because I got it early. And that winds up saving a decent bit of time.
Yeah, it takes 7 seconds to get in cleanup. Versus it being pretty much free in the route we're taking.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was kind of hoping for another power bomb drop in that room, but it's okay. Really like one more missile drop just to confirm that I do have all the missile tanks, but it's okay.
You have all the missiles.
I'm pretty confident I do. Like, been a long time since I've forgotten an item.
Somebody in chat would have probably screamed at you while missing something, and I didn't see you missing anything anyway. We've had some pretty hilarious situations where people have missed items in the game before.
Yep.
One of my favorites is when Simon morphed into a zip line before Acid Worm and forgot the energy tank there. That was really funny. And the time where he forgot a missile because he was farming items and didn't notice.
Yeah, that was funny. Forgetting Screw Attack Missile is always hilarious because it's right there.
Yeah. I think Eagle's the only one who's had like really funny misses in this game. Unfortunately. Yeah, it's pretty hard to miss items.
You definitely cannot miss power bombs. The route straight up doesn't work if you miss a power bomb tank.
Unless you're in this sort of situations, you could have missed a power bomb.
I missed Spider Ball. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, I have long beam. You can tell that I have long beam by the length of my beam. So now we have to go all the way back out here. to pick up a single power bomb tank.
Yeah.
It's easily the most boring part of the game.
In my opinion, this is probably the worst design flaw in the game, besides Turian, I guess. This is just, why make the player go back here? What's the point in it?
It's not even just a speed run. Like, you have to go all the way back here to get this one tank. It's really stupid. And it's a big reason why early power bombs would save time.
Yeah, I hear that John has offered $100 for the first person to find early power bombs.
I hadn't, but sure. We can go with that. Correction, let me clarify that. It's $100 if you find early power bombs and tell it only to me, and don't reveal it to anyone else so I can debut it in a marathon. So now we're going all the way back out to where we originally got power bombs, not super missiles.
Yeah, imagine you got super missiles only during the end game.
Alright, race the missile! I lost pretty hard. It's okay. It doesn't actually save any time. Or lose time, really.
You have to shoot the missile upwards, so you probably lose a bit of time. But that's the price of trying to be cool.
I mean, that's what this run is all about. This run is all about being cool, Sam. That's why I got the map.
Yeah, I mean, it's for the spectators, right? They needed to know where you were going.
They need to know exactly where I'm going to be going. Absolutely. I just didn't want the viewers to be lost.
Yeah, it's why we play Pokemon in English when we're doing speedruns. So
this is one of the extra power bombs I can use right here.
This is not an extra power bomb. It used to be.
It used to be, but
yeah, people used to think that was
a faster power bomb, or the slower than this. Not this one. This one's required.
Yeah, people used to think that was slower than this power bomb coming up, but it's one of those things that people just didn't really time and just assumed.
Yeah, I mean, I have so many power bombs, I can do them both anyway, so it's not a huge deal, but... And now there's this nice... I don't have to worry about the map aspect of the space boost, and I messed it up anyway. That's okay.
It's nice to have an extra power bomb here because you save a super missile.
Yep. So this is another power bomb you can use. It might save time. I think it saves time in that circumstance.
Yeah, it sometimes saves time, it sometimes doesn't. It depends on where exactly you place it. I like using the power bomb for the door bomb against Mecha Ridley a little more though.
I mean, oh shoot! I miscounted. I can't do door bomb.
No, you can't this time. No.
Actually, I had something else in mind for Mecha Ridley anyway.
Oh.
Oh no! Don't spoil it.
Okay, yeah, I won't spoil it.
Because I think you know exactly what it is.
Oh yeah, I totally do.
I think probably other people in chat also know, but respectfully asking people in chat not to spoil it. Because I may not even get it.
But we've been talking about so much, we're gonna have to...
I have to go for it.
Yeah.
So now we're coming up to the final item in the game.
I was gonna use a space jump to get it.
Of course.
casually, you do the same thing because you don't know about the Shine Spark. Oh, nice. Nice job. Yeah, normally you would Shine Spark there to make it easy, but space jumping is faster. It's kind of funny that casually, most people got it with the space jump too because they didn't know that you could Shine Spark. It saves about 5 seconds though.
It saves about 5 seconds if you get it first try.
Yeah, you lose 15 seconds, of course, if you don't.
How I did it, I definitely lost times. Oh, I didn't open the door. That's right. Whoops. It's okay.
Well, we were sub 110 entering, so sub 110 in spirit, sort of.
Oh!
Oh, nice.
I miscounted! Shoot. Okay.
Oh, no.
Alright, that's okay.
Yeah, Mecha Ridley's a pretty random fight. He was trying to kill him with the missile still on screen so he could glitch out the missiles later on.
Okay. Door bomb. I didn't save time with it, but...
Were you trying to get me to be quiet so you could get door bomb?
Yes.
I messed it up. I'm so happy.
Hey, I got door bomb.
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, door bomb requires an audio cue, and by talking, I messed John up, which is hilarious. I do that all the time by accident. It's
well, usually I have my game a little bit quieter than I have it right now, so I actually could hear it over you, but...
are you gonna go for a space boost?
No.
Alright. Space boosting instead of doing a Shine Spark at the end is a little faster, but John isn't cool enough to go for it in a marathon. Oh!
No!
Oh no! Holy shit, you actually went for it.
Yeah, surprise! Surprise, I didn't get it.
You were so close to getting it though. So, what made you decide to get it and go for it? Was it the
I told nobody that I was going to go for it, so I wanted to make it a surprise.
Okay, I see.
Alright, 112.06, that's not too bad. Considering all the ridiculous stuff I wound up doing in this run, that's totally alright. Alright. Well, that was fun. I had a great time doing that run. I hope you guys all enjoyed it.
Maybe fast forward through the credits so that we save these guys a little bit of time.
Yeah, just check out the game time.
Yeah.
This is a feature on the original hardware, by the way. There is nothing unusual about doing this.
Yeah, this is all intended stuff.
5130, that's fine. That's
right.
Certainly not like the fastest time, but for a marathon run, I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah, time's not too important in a marathon.
Yeah, so we'll be handing it off to whoever's next. I don't have the schedule in front of me. So maybe Sam can pull up the schedule and tell you who's coming up next. I think it's a Metroid race. Metroid, as in NES Metroid.
Let me check. I just pulled up the schedule.
I think it's 100% deathless, I want to say.
The next one is it's an all bosses Metroid race.
All bosses, okay.
Between JNICH, Red for Brunch,
featuring John
and Proto Magical Girl.
All right, well that should be a good show.
Exciting movement.
I think we'll be.
Going on there. We're gonna
I think we will be getting ready to hand off to those guys.
The original Metroid.